Oh my god, finally. Ragefest 4 is over, Oddworld is over. I can finally go back to Fire Emblem 3 without any further distractions. Wait, what's this? I got an email. Oh my god, I got the Bloodstained demo. Okay, be right back, guys. No, I'm just kidding. I played it yesterday. Anyway, many of you have been looking forward to this sound. Click. Welcome back to FE3. We're doing Sorrowful Gra, which in the Shadow Dragon version is called the Land of Sorrow, which is a much more epic name. Woo! Oh my god, I can't describe how excited I am. Anyway, yeah, all this story is explaining is that Gra was once an ally of Altia, which is Marth's homeland, but then when the Durhua Empire came into power, Gra betrayed them, killed Marth's father, took the falchion, and Marth is really fucking pissed off. He's just like, dude, that was my father. Now I have the typical Disney situation. I mean, I guess I still have a mother somewhere. Actually, what happened to Marth's mother? I don't know. Alright, either way, this is I believe this is chapter 14 in the original game. They removed yet another friggin' chapter from this game, and unfortunately, it was one of the coolest ones. It's this one where you got 3 paths, and there's a bunch of ballista, and like, the whole chapter's centered around that as a gimmick, and it's like, man, we don't have those kind of cool chapters in Fire Emblem anymore, until Fire Emblem Fates came out and did that cool stuff. But yeah, as we can see from this dialogue, Joel is kind of your typical evil bad guy. I mean, he even has the balding hair. He's got like every trope, including, I mean, he's also got the cowardice, and they're like, don't call them good guys, they're called rebels. And this guy's like, yeah, Pegasus Knights, yeah, they're coming, you know, we requested reinforcement. It's like, what? Just Pegasus Knights? Even though most of the good units in this game are Pegasus Riders. He's just like, why did we get the good guys? I mean, the guys that are good at kicking ass. But, well, then he's like, oh, Garneth has betrayed us just like we betrayed Altia. And it's just like, there's no subtlety. It's like, you're pointing out the hypocrisy of your own actions, like, straight up. But yeah, anyway, that one sniper at the start of the chapter, really big pain in the ass. Snipers in this game are really tough. They're pretty fast, and they have ridiculous HP and defense. And this guy's like, oh, silver card, I wonder if that exists. But yeah, the reason why we need to get that sniper out of the way is so that we can quickly cross the bridge, because the moment you open it, like, you have a unit immediately in the range of that sniper, and you don't want that sniper to utterly destroy that unit, which he will inevitably do. So yeah, you gotta kind of kill that guy. And, additionally, the reason why we want to cross this bridge is because that hero is actually Astram. He's pretty cool. He's got awesome hair. But yeah, we need to recruit him with Medea, who is his wife. And, yeah, once that happens, I'm gonna use him sometimes. He's an okay unit. He's not that great. I mean, he's a promoted unit, and he has kind of base stats, but compared to a lot of our units, that's honestly not a bad thing, because most of our units, like Navarre, just has awful stats. Anyway, yeah, Medea right there, recruiting them. Not much to say, they're lovers. It's kind of cool that they have this little relationship going on. I mean, most Fire Emblem characters nowadays are fucking single, so that the player can fuck them. Let's be clear here. But yeah, he's an okay unit. What I'm gonna do for this chapter is I'm gonna basically have Marth go to the left, visit the village, then head straight down to the boss. Minerva is going to head south to intercept the thieves that are taking from the only 2 chests in the chapter. And you might be, well, we'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, these 2 Pegasus riders, that's Katua and Paula, or however the hell you pronounce it. They're really good Pegasus riders. They're arguably better than Sheeta, either in growth rates or in base stats, sometimes in both. I'd say Paula especially is ridiculous, because of her base stats. Her growth rates are inferior to Katua's, but, I mean, that doesn't really matter. Her base stats are ridiculous. So yeah, there's, time to look at my notes and see what else I have to say. The other thing is that I want to get a lot of EXP for Linda, obviously, because, I mean, you guys know I'm crazy about Linda. We're gonna bring her down to the middle area, and in that middle area, oh, Catra's just like, oh, watch over me. And then Paula has more interesting dialogue where she talks about, like, oh yeah, our sister's missing, and yeah, you saved Maria, so we're grateful, and the Princess of Macedonia is like, yeah, help these guys. So they do. But yeah, I'm gonna bring or Linda, whatever the hell, down to the middle path because there are some ambush spawning Pegasus riders. Which is funny because, you know, didn't the dude just fucking complain about Pegasus riders and now they're spawning? But then again, that might just be the reinforcements that that soldier was referring to, and yeah, actually, you know, that makes sense. Never mind what I just said. Yeah, for a lot of this chapter, since this is the first time in a while that I played the game again, I'm just kind of like, what do I do? How do I life? Which is pretty funny. And as I'm playing this, I slowly realize, wow, I have a lot of shitty units. Like, for a while I was like, wow, I have Nevere, he must be an awesome unit. Wait, Martha's doing more damage and has better defense than him. What the hell am I doing keeping him around? And then I was sort of like, you know what? Chances are most of these units suck and I only have two or three super great units. I can honestly probably solo this game with some of these units, considering how ridiculous they are compared to their contemporaries, if you want to sound like a music reviewer. Like, oh, his contemporaries are inferior to him, Kanye West. Anyway, yeah, so, yeah. For most of this chapter, we're just gonna be kind of chilling in this middle area, taking care of the inevitable ambush spawning Pegasus riders, and oh, who the hell is this? This guy is super handsome, which must mean that he is a good guy, right? Anyway, yeah, so this guy gives you a tome, the Thoron tome, aka the thing that's gonna go to Linde immediately when I have the chance. And he's like, oh, take care of Princess Nina. Oh, I care about her and stuff. Ooh, mysterious. Oh man, it's good to be back. Yeah, what else do I have to say about this chapter? Looking through my notes, I honestly don't have a whole lot. Oh, I guess here's a little tidbit. It's worth noting that similar to all mounted units, Minerva suffers penalties when off her dragon. In this case, she loses a huge chunk of defense, and I think strength as well. Also, when I was about to go back and play this game, I was like, you know, Fire Emblem 3 probably has much better level design than I remember it. But as you can see from this chapter, look at how fucking empty it is! And I was excited to go back to this. It took like fucking 35 minutes to complete this chapter, and it's mostly just moving around. However, that said, my opinions on FE3's level design has softened a bit, because I've realized that a lot of Book 1 is basically teaching you how to play the game, and admittedly, it does a pretty good job at that. But what really makes it not as good as it could be is mainly just there's not a lot of enemy units, and it feels like there's a strong lack of focus. There's a lot of ideas, like I mean, these thieves, you gotta chase after them and kill them before they make way with the treasure chests. But there's nothing in the way, really. Now, when we get to Book 2, the more I remember, the way I remember is that it's basically way better designed than this. There's a lot more, like, oh shit, how am I gonna position my units so that they don't get fucked over? There's also just, like, very careful enemy placement, where, like, if you do this, you're gonna be committing into the enemy's range, and you have to figure out how to do it safely. And there's also just lots of really unique ideas. Book 2 has a lot of really good design ideas. FE12, which basically takes Fire Emblem 3's Book 2 and makes it ridiculously cheap, at least on the hard difficulty. Actually, despite the whole cheap difficulty thing, it actually does improve some of the level design as well. Especially the desert map, Henri's Way, which we'll get into that later, but If you guys watch my videos, you'll know that that's like one of the worst maps in all of like Fire Emblem history. At least the FE3 version. The remake significantly improves it, which I guess we could get into that. I played it, and yeah, I hated it because it kept being frustrating dickweed. But I will not neglect that it has a lot of like very polished enemy placement, which Fire Emblem is a lot about enemy placement. You have to, yeah, I mean, I won't get into it too much, but oh yeah, right there. I got really scared because heroes in this game are so fucking scary to fight, along with snipers. That guy doubled Minerva, and the second hit was a critical, so I was like, oh shit, I need to get out of there fast, but I also need to take care of that thief. What will I do? Oh, I know. I'll move Minerva out of the way and have somebody bait the hero back so that I can have enough space to attack the thief while being out of the sniper's range. The sniper being the bottom right one in the cage that just stands there in front of the door. I was actually afraid that if I let one of the thieves get the rightmost chest, he would just leave through the northern door, but then I realized, wait, that sniper's standing on the spot he needs to be in order to open that door. And then I was like, you know what? I shouldn't be worried. So I just waited for him to come out and then bopped him on the head. Just like that. But yeah. I don't want to get too much into Fire Emblem, like, positioning, but I'll just say that, like, it's very important. And probably in Book 2 I'll get into it more. And, that's all I gotta say. So, something else I want to talk about. I want to talk about the weird relationship mages have with magic in this game. I think I've said this before, but magic users in this game never get high magic stat. With one exception. I'm not entirely sure the reason, but I can think of a few theories. One is that there's no magic stat in this game, just strength. And that is factored into the total damage mages do during attacks. Perhaps because mages are usually unarmored and not physically strong, the developers thought it would make sense. Another theory, though, I have is that it's done for balancing. Because enemies typically have low HP and non-existent resistance, it makes sense not to give straight out like it's candy. This also makes magic users more reliant on the tome rather than their stats. Though, I think that's actually kind of lame since it takes away some degree of individuality from the mage characters. I suppose that's why Merrick and Linda are more or less distinguished by what tome they can use. Linda can use the Aura tome, and Merrick can use the Excalibur tome, and both of those have their own unique properties. Aura being higher base damage, Excalibur being effective against flyers and stuff. And yeah. This is a pretty nondescript chapter, honestly. I'm surprised I was able to come up with this much commentary for it. And unfortunately, I still have plenty of shit to go, so, let's fill up sound space, shall we? So yeah, I don't know why I'm using Astram, even though, because, like, he is not very good at stats, considering, like, he's a promoted unit. And chances are, if I train up Navarre, he'll just end up better. But here's the thing, like, it doesn't really matter in this game. Stats just don't matter much. The moment you can double things, and the moment that you can start using, like, silver weapons and shit, you can usually one-hit kill everything. I suppose defense also matters big time, because that gives you a stronger enemy phase, but it's just like, most of these enemies are fairly sparse anyway. It's just like, when will that ever come in handy? Yeah, so Minerva's just gonna chill out over there. And for the rest of this chapter, I'm just kind of like wondering, well, I should probably use that silver card that I just got from the one of the thieves and buy some stuff. So I sent Paula up north to get some shit. And I forgot, like, one of the chests in the bottom right area has the silver card. I don't know what the other one has. I suspect it might be a night killer, but I really should have paid attention. Because this is so unprofessional, man. Yeah, these Pegasus riders just never stop as far as I'm concerned. I actually killed y'all, and the Pegasus riders are still fucking coming even though we've more or less won. You'd think that once you kill the dude, their leader, they'd stop and be like, okay, let's wrap it up, ladies. But no, that is not the case. Yeah, because I'm still getting into the groove of things, you can sort of tell that my movements are really unfocused and lacking in purpose. Like, for example, that archer up there, for no fucking reason, I spend a lot of turns just not attacking him, because I just don't want to be asked to move all my units, because it takes a while and it's just so fucking time-consuming. But yeah, like, luckily, Bartz just dodges like a million fucking attacks from this archer, and then finally I realize, oh, you know what? I should probably murder that guy. Yeah, you know what? That's a good idea. Heaven help me if I let him get killed, you know? But yeah, that bishop up there, he doesn't do jack shit, so you can just kill him at your own discretion. Which is nice, because Bartz, like, kills him in 2 hits, and he deals like a million freaking damage. But yeah, Joel, Captain Baldface, man. He's just like, Arishan's fallen soldiers, I should have killed y'all when I had the chance. Well, I don't know about you, man, but, like, it seemed like it was a pretty difficult thing to kill all of us, considering that, like, from what I remember, what happened is that Marth's sister warped him out of Altia, or Arisha, as this game calls it. So I'm kind of wondering how the fuck you would have been able to, like, what chance you had to kill Marth, honestly. Like, seriously, dog. But yeah, you gotta be careful with these Pegasus riders because they're frail, which means when you kill one, that gives them an extra space to attack you with. And if you're attacking them with low defense, units with low defense but high attack power, you'll end up killing both, and they'll just both be able to attack you. So I constantly had to switch between, like, the snipers and Sheeta for this. That way I could get more kills for Linda and get her up to, I think, level 9 by the end of this chapter. And for no reason, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna fight the boss with Marth, you know, because it's personal. You know, that guy, he stole the falchion, he kicked Marth out of his kingdom, murdered his father and shit. I think Marth has a lot of pent-up rage that he is willing to just splatter all over this guy's face. Ooh, that didn't sound right. That's gross. Yeah, don't do that, kids. Anyway, yeah. The things I do to that bishop up there is almost akin to a horror movie. Like, he's already curled up in the corner, and Bartry is, like, just closing in on him, like, yeah, I'm gonna get you. Here's Bartz. It's so mean, but I do it because I want the EXP for no reason other than just, like, I just want it. I have to have it, man. Meanwhile, I keep the bottom right sniper alive because I can't be asked to do it. I'm a man full of contradictions when it comes to this game, but a lot of it is just simply because it's just slow to play, I guess. I don't even know why I give Bartz that devil weapon. I never use it. Anyway, yeah, holy cow, look at all that health that just got chopped down like wood. Though, Bartz isn't the one who is a lumberjack by trade, it's his bros, Saji and Maji. Those are the lumberjacks, as indicated by the canon supports in Fire Emblem 12, the remake. Anyway, yeah, Marth proves the justice of his culture by defeating Joel, and he's like, oh, Shima, my daughter, you have to survive. Meanwhile, we're wondering, what the fuck is a Shima? Is it like a man who's a girl? Like a she-male? Oh my god. We have to really watch out for this. Maybe this will show up later in the game, and we'll have to be super careful because it has a super special ability because, like, we killed her father or some shit, or his. Nobody knows. The mystery is forever. I'm trying way too hard to be funny. But you know what? In this silent room with the game audio muted, I have no one but my voice to keep me company. I'm a lonely man at heart. Don't you understand? Of course you don't. I'm just a raving lunatic, needlessly killing flying horses. Anyway, what else is there to say about this chapter? Well, I guess all I have to say really is that I'm just sad that they got rid of the friggin' chapter 13, the bridge chapter with the ballista, because it's such a cool chapter. But yeah, this last part is just like last minute shopping. I get a whole bunch of silver swords because Paula needs to up her fashion sense. You know, she needs to look stylish while she combats. I mean, why else would she have that hairband and that lovely green hair, which, might I add, looks really nice. Like, she must spend a lot of time, like, taking care of it. Anyway, yeah, we seize, or not. Oh yeah, that's right, I look around the map and I'm like, oh, there's a knight over there, lol. He gets to rule over a kingdom with nothing in it. And then Maladius is like, oh, dude, the falchion, it's not here. Seems they took it somewhere else. Oh, shit. Well, guys, sorry, we're gonna have to face a shitty desert chapter to get the falchion. I'm sorry. Man, that's gotta be, like, the worst thing to tell your comrades. Like, you have to face a desert chapter in a Fire Emblem game. I would not want to be Marth in that scenario.